Hey, Lawn Dude Abides here. On one of my favorite properties here today, doing a perimeter insect control with Flow Zone Cyclone 3. Got the bifin in as usual. That is bifenthrin. That is the product that we load into it. Changes its name every year. I think this is the Upstart Gold, but it changes every year. I don't know why, but just maybe has to be remanufactured or something. I don't know. Who knows? Crazy. But all right. But yeah, this is one of my favorite lawns. I mean, this guy did a total kill off about 7 years ago. It was a mixture of rye, bluegrass, tall fescue, just about every kind of grass you could think of, and it just looked like cow patches, you know, like if you can imagine like just spots on a cow, you know, that's kind of how it looked. It was spotty. He was very unhappy with it, and my boss had pitched him the idea of doing a kill off, and he took it. I had to seed this thing probably about 5 times throughout the season. He wasn't very satisfied at first, but now he's got an award-winning lawn. I mean, every time I see him, he says that was the best decision he ever made, was to kill off that lawn, his lawn, and make it all tall type turf fescue. It looks really good, and has for ever since he did it. He thanks us every time. I'm like, man, you have the best lawn. It looks great every year. Irrigation system. So typically we just stick to the perimeter of the house. But for this one, we are going to go inside her screened-in porch. They said they get ants in the kitchen, so they want it sprayed too, which we have no problem doing. She just had to unlock it for me. I had got confirmation earlier before I started the property. Smells like some Weber grilling. All right, so yeah, with the perimeter, like I've said before, if you've seen in my other videos, you want to come up about 2 feet off the base of that foundation. With porches, with sliding glass windows, you just want to hit the base of it. You don't want to get into the window, because this stuff's really hard to clean. It smears. If you do get it on the glass, it's all right, but you know, we try not to, best we can. But of course, we are here to do a job, and our job is to keep the pest out, not worry about windows. But the less fuss you get from the customer, the better. So yeah, that was a total kill off front and back. I mean, this thing just is killing it. You can tell the difference between his and his neighbor's yard. You can see the line. You can just see the tones, a different cut, how deep green this one is. It's beautiful. It's been beautiful ever since the kill off. He wanted tall type turf, and that's what he got. Every bag, we probably put, I don't know, I want to say at least 8 50-pound bags, the tall type turf fescue. But it was worth it because he's happy every time. This area has kind of been wonky every year. It's a low spot where water likes to sit, so it struggles, but besides that, every other spot on this lawn is immaculate, and they're really happy with it, and us. Twisted. Whew. All right. So yeah, if you are going to do a total kill off, I would recommend having an irrigation system. It is definitely going to be key in making sure that thing gets watered every day properly. You know, the first month is key to get water on it every day, at least 10 minutes a day, and then, you know, your regular water cycle. So if you water 3 days a week, continue to water 3 days a week, plus that 10 minutes a day that you're supposed to get the new seed to develop. But yeah, every time we see him, he says, man, that was the best decision I ever made. To everybody that walks by, they were like, you're crazy. They were seeing a yellow lawn in the middle of July. And everybody's like, well, what'd you do to it? And he's like, well, I killed it off, and we're gonna see what happens in the fall. And by the fall, I mean, this thing was beautiful, beautiful. And then we seeded it more in the spring. Like, he takes the seeding about every year, and that's how he keeps it that way. But yeah, he keeps it watered, takes seeding every year, aeration. You know, lawn care is what it is. You know, it's what you make it. Your lawn is what you make it. You know, we're out here, in our case, 5 times a year. There are special occasions, like today would be a 6th treatment because I'm doing the perimeter, but this guy takes tree and shrub care. You know, he takes our perimeter, which we do 5 times a year. You know, with tree and shrub care, we're out here at least 7 times a year, you know, 5 times for the lawn, you know, so it's a good customer. And you know, we locked all that in by providing good lawn service, and then, you know, we got all the add-ons from there. So yeah, the key to a successful business is kind of have your hands in a couple different things, and once you are really good at one thing and make that your primary, you can branch off into side things like doing some insecticides, you know, some perimeters. You know, all this is pretty much what an Orkin man does. They may go into a little bit more depth, but you know, for the most part, this is what they do. That's pretty clean. We did a pretty good job on it last time. I always like that. You know you did a good job last time when you don't have much to do the next time. Oh, what do you guys think about the perimeter? What do you think about this lawn? Think it was worth it to do the total kill off? If the goal was not to have a patchy lawn that has, a bunch of spots in it, the goal was achieved. Now he still needs to fill in the little spaces, a few spaces, that's natural every year, like I said, he seeds every year. We haven't gotten to that yet. We'll get to that in about June. Especially for an irrigated lawn, we can seed this any time of the year. But for our first step, we put down pre-emergence, so we don't want to do that until that pre-emergence has worn away. So, all right, that does it for another episode of the Lawn Dude Abides.